Hey, it's March, and we're continuing to march on in our podcast and our story and our adventures. So consider this moment just a brief little marching break, a chance for us to say thank you so much for listening and for tuning in. That's so much, and it means the world to all of us. If you absolutely want to do more, you totally can. You can rate and review us on your podcast app of choice, which is totally free, and it means so much to us. Follow us on social media. You can check out those handles in the show notes. Reach out to us on those socials or email us at livetodiepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the show or rules we're getting wrong. We're still trying to stay on top of the remaster, but thankfully Archives of Nethys should have that soon, and so, we're all set on that. You can also share it with people who might like this show. But please remember to, be respectful. Don't be pushy. If you really, really, really want to do something more, you can support us on Patreon, where we share behind-the-scenes conversations, other recordings, like our early playthrough, the beginner box. We've got all of these side quest episodes that you've been listening to, but extended versions with behind-the-scenes chats at the end. We've got tons of that stuff and more. Also, as a part of our Patreon, each month we shout out one supporter on the Called Shot tier or higher. This month, that's Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Thank you so much for listening, for supporting, for cheering us on. Support from you and other patrons has helped us to make this show. It helps us pay for server fees, helps us pay for the domain, all the sort of stuff we need to help share this out with all of you. And like I always say, we're trying to use that to grow a little bit and do more. And hopefully you'll hear more about that soon, in addition to the stuff that you hear in the Patreon. If any of you who are listening to this want to, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/livetodiepod. That's patreon.com/livetodiepod. But before I take up too much of your time this morning, it's time for us to get back to the march in March. Thank you all so much for listening. Be nice, roll dice, and enjoy this week's episode of the Live to Die podcast.
Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
I'm going to keep this banter pretty short because we're going to wrap this adventure up this episode.
Dang.
You want to, but we're going to drag it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, though.
We could have finished Alien.
I have a really important question to ask all of you. Jane's over the other side of the room saying the question should be, what's your favorite thing about Jane and Jared?
Jane makes me coffee before we play.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, the truth is, unfortunately, I don't
Her
think
love for service.
I don't think I can, in good faith, actually put that question out to us on the podcast, because I don't know that we'd have time to play Pathfinder.
No.
If we stand around and
We
said all the
need
amazing things about.
Wow.
Just one episode of Jane.
What did he do wrong
And
that
at
he has
least
to
two
make
of
up
Jared.
with something like saying like that? Wow.
But I do want to ask a question that's on topic, and that can hopefully get us into the adventure here really quickly. What do you think is left of the adventure? What do you think's left? What's next?
I was just thinking about that. I was wondering if there's more doppelgangers. Do we happen to get one? Is it the same one? So I'm like, I'm not really sure. Who's left on the list? Pemic?
We have, Pemic is
If
the
Pemic's
last
still alive.
one.
I mean, in obviously the 1,000 gold coins this bartender's about to drop on me.
Yeah.
Sure.
That I get to keep all to myself because you guys
I mean,
were no
yeah.
help at all.
I hope you
Very
share
good
the
pirate.
experience points.
Mm-hmm.
Blake, what's up with it? Wasn't there something about this place leading to the underground
Yeah.
sewers or something?
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, Timic was investigating and mapping out the sewers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And for some reason, now people are dying.
And was
There's a
saying
big
that,
disconnect as to why they're actually being killed.
did she need the extra security because this connected to the sewers or something? So he knew, like,
Maybe that's a question you can ask. Jason, thoughts? What do you think's next?
I don't think the doppelganger was the... What's the word I'm looking for?
BBG.
Oh, absolutely not.
It wasn't the person
brains
that...
behind
The
it?
brains of this outfit.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like, this was the assassin.
Yep.
So we're probably going to go either find our way to the guild that hired it, or the person, or find out why homie's an oathbreaker.
Yeah, you got some questions still.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's get right in
Maybe look for Nikolai.
to find that out.
Apparently, we got to go find Arthur.
Is he around? Yeah. Arthur
King of the Britons.
hanging out with
King
your
of the
mom.
Who.
I didn't vote for him.
We're all
Mhm.
Brits.
I love that scene.
I'm not.
It's the best scene in that movie.
It's so good.
Uh,
There's so many best scenes in that movie.
I mean, the Sir Lancelot, or not Sir Lancelot, but who goes in and destroys the whole castle?
That's
That's
Is
Lancelot.
it Lancelot?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Lancelot.
I
Oh,
love
no,
the
no,
fact
no,
when
no.
he's like running and it's like
Is it
and it's
Lance-
just shows him and then all of a sudden it's like and like oh hi
The other guy's, yeah,
yeah,
hi.
hey
Let's get back in though to this distillery, the Dripping Wall Distillery, so I think we know Barnabas will get to the distillery first, slightly ahead of everyone else. Patrons are pouring out of the doors screaming. You've heard 2 gunshots just moments before.
Barnabas busts in the door,
Bam.
looks around, looks at the doppelganger, looks at the bartender, looks at Holman sitting there drinking, twirling her gun.
I wouldn't not yeah that's fun to say but I'm probably just like chilling. I'm like
Your
literally
gun is out like
whatever's
you used
on
it?
it's on the
Okay.
table
So
and I'm like have a hand in it and I'm like leaning over and probably grabbing the next drink that's just there and I'm like probably pretty buzzed by this time.
so I'll be like,
It's been 2 minutes.
Shoots I'm
Yeah,
really
but I
going
would
for
chug
it.
that first beer.
It would be gone.
Yeah.
And I'd be like
Mm-hmm.
as he walks over to you and he grabs another beer that's on the table and sits down, is like, what happened?
doppelganger.
And there's just a
You killed
dead
it?
doppelganger missing half
Yeah, I
its
killed
head.
it. She helped. That's
Cheers.
Remula, by the way. Remula.
Hi. She's
I
just sort of
cheers you
standing
and we
behind the
continue
bar.
to drink until the rest come in.
she did most of the work.
That's it. I'll wait for the rest of the people to show up.
It's only a minute or 2 later that you have Alistair and Letitia burst through the doors, and just a moment behind them is Timmick. And Timmick sees Remula, and like she sees him, and they both like a huge smile. And he runs over, and she kneels down and just like picks him up in a big hug.
Oh.
So and he says,
That's
"Oh,
sweet.
I'm so glad you're okay. Oh, and I got your message about you being hidden out, and he kind of throws off to the side. Now we're back to the 4 of you."
I just look at Holman walk in, and I send the message mentally, and I just say, "Are you okay?"
Oh.
And I look at him and I say, "Stop doing that. Just ask me with your words.
Stop doing what?
You're
What
freaking me out.
the hell's going on?
Are you okay? Holman?
I'm okay."
Okay. Can't believe you killed this thing.
Oh, I can't believe I did either.
What the fuck is that
It must
anyway?
have critical.
Yeah.
Mechanically.
Probably a 1 in 20 chance that works.
Perfect timing.
You're a good shot, I see.
It's been working at it a bit. There's not much to do when you're underway at sea and whatnot. I think my accent changed a little bit. I think I'm matching Alistair over
So
there a
you
bit.
just
Yeah.
you just shoot things out at sea.
Bottles and naughty sailors. Again, I changed my accent again. Yeah, this happens all the time.
In my mind, I like to
Yeah.
imagine that naughty sailors are leshies, like
Leshies,
wood
yeah.
leshies with
Yeah.
just big knots of wood. Like, if it hits the knot, it doesn't matter. They're fine.
I must say, you would be some stellar bodyguards to have around.
Are you in need of bodyguards?
We're in need
'cause,
of work.
To be determined.
I am sort of hard up for some cash. The man paying us is dead.
And I stand up and I walk over to the bar and I just kind of like and pull that silver piece back to me, put it in my pocket.
So, Remula, why was
Well,
she?
yes.
Why was this doppelganger trying to murder you?
I honestly don't. I don't know. And Timmick kind of looks up. I think it might be me.
Well, I think it's about time some explanations are given
We need
as
to
to
go
what's
get.
going on
we
here.
need to have a talk and maybe a stiff drink.
We
Why
need
is
to go
my
get the other one.
Why is my friend dead?
Well, that I don't know much about, but what I can tell you is the little bit I do know. And Timmick sits down, and Remula brings over a couple of glasses of whiskey,
No, thank you. I don't drink.
I'll take hers.
water as well.
Is it clean? Is it clean water?
Yes,
It's not from the wall, is it?
we actually use. It's interesting that you ask because Daggermark's countless alchemists and poison crafters release gaseous waste into the air, and the byproducts condense on the cold stone of the city's curtain wall. Dripping Wall Distillery mixes runoff from the wall into its whiskey preparations, crafting uniquely flavored drinks that are popular throughout the river kingdoms. The distillery dumps its own waste directly into the sewers beneath the curtain wall.
I went to a brewery
I'll pass.
in Connecticut once, and it was on a really shitty part of a town, and it's 2 roads. I don't know if you heard it. They're huge now. And I was like, why'd you guys pick this fucking town? And they were like, it has the best water supply.
Very important.
And they were like, that's most of what you put in a beer.
Is water.
So we have to find the best water.
Makes a big difference.
Why left hand's on the St. Brain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic Colorado brewery right there. So, Timmick sort of sits down. Bosk, he was tracking my reports on what was going on, and he seemed to be paying particular attention to the comments I had about the folks I ran into in the sewers, those who were sort of making their home down there. It seemed it mattered less to me. I was just trying to map it,
There's people living in the sewers.
The beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. I don't think they're beggars. I suspect that
They
they're
must
trying.
be choosers then.
I think they were choosing to try to stay out of sight.
Okay.
And
You're kind of
Daggermark.
uppity, aren't you?
It's odd that I am. Yeah, I am. That's pretty gross. This whole town is pretty actually foul, if you ask me. I can't believe you've survived here for so long.
Well,
And he's looking at Holman the whole time.
Timmick is at this point so just coming down from everything that he doesn't pick up on a lot of those interpersonal
Are you
connections.
Do you have any more?
No, I think adrenaline and
That sweet grass.
the heart rate up from that run over here. Looks over at Holman. You're very fast.
Yes, that was quite impressive. I
Lucky
must say.
roll. It was a lucky roll.
Well, Bosk was asking for reports and more details on that, but it wasn't too long ago. There was one day I did come back to the Mug and Rat, and I heard Bosk and Brander, Clovish, he's a dwarf, although I guess I should say was, from what you've told me, they were arguing about some broken oath. I don't know what it meant, but it wasn't long after that they spirited me away to the safe house, told me to stay out of sight until Bosk could get help to get me out of town. I have these sort of sketches, and he hands you, from a journal, some slightly more detailed sketches of the maps that you saw in the reports. I wasn't holding anything back. I just had more time in the safe house to work.
So
these.
did you break your oath, or did?
I don't know what they were talking about.
Okay.
The only oath I know that's been broken is there's a military veteran of Daggermark who's dead.
That's against the rules.
Maybe that's the oath.
Do you think it was Bosk who ordered it then?
I don't know.
Look, whoever's doing all of this, I can't imagine it was one lone operator on their own. I'm begging you, and he looks to you now, Letitia. I'll help you. I will. I'll do it free of charge if you just settle this. I don't want someone else coming after me once I've left here.
Of course it's going to be free of charge. What kind of weird statement was that? She just saved your friend's life.
I'll do anything I can to help you, but I can't do more until I know that, and I don't have to be looking over my shoulder anywhere we go.
Well, what would you have us do?
Find out who this person was working for, follow it to its conclusion, and then my services are yours.
Should we go find Pennick?
That's up to you. If they're named in the list, I suppose it's worth checking out. I'm sure Remy's laws was just because hers was my access to the sewers and people had seen us collaborating. Look, it's a show of good faith. I'll give you, it's not much, but it's what I have. And you see him taking off his filthy, disgusting cloak.
Well, put that back on.
And unclasp a small brooch as well and put them both on the table. These are for you. If you can make any use of them.
The tiny cloak.
What are they?
Oh, it'll size to whoever wears it.
I'll put it on.
Is it perhaps a cloak of elven kind?
No.
Oh.
So you put this on, and he's able to explain. It's actually a pretty rare item.
Ooh.
You ever hear of a spring-heeled jack?
I can't say that I have. My father has.
I have a 0 in nature, so no, I don't know what that means.
But do any of you as people ever hear a spring-heeled jack, the myth, the legend,
No.
Is that
Jack the Ripper, the killers, the
yeah.
sort of famous red caps in this world?
Oh, okay.
This is a cloak that belonged to one. He tells you. It's a level 2 rare magical item. This ragged and mud-stained cape closes with a single black button engraved with a leering devil's face. Whenever you leap, high jump, or long jump, you gain a +1 item bonus to stealth, hide, or sneak checks until the start of your next turn.
Whoa.
That is freaking cool.
It's too dirty for you.
I think I might.
It is quite disgusting.
It does look quite attractive if I might sort of pawn that over
I'll roll
here.
you for it.
The
A
other
roll
A
off.
roll off.
Oh, do it. We're doing roll-offs.
A roll off? It's
Yeah.
a roll off.
It's a roll-off.
I'm good.
I don't want it.
I can't tell what that is again.
That's a big fat 2.
7.
That's a 2.
I keep losing all these roll offs.
So you've got it's called Jack's Tattered Cape.
Jack's
It's
tattered
from
cape.
Myths of Monsters of Myth.
Ooh, cool.
The other one is a much more traditional item. He's like, I just got this made. It still has all charges left. Now I'm doing the accent too. I just got this made. It has all charges left. It's a brooch of shielding,
Brooch of
Oh, that's cool.
shielding.
which is a piece of silver or gold jewelry adorned with a miniature image of kite shields and can be used to fashion a cloak or cape. The brooch automatically absorbs magic missile spells targeting you.
Oh, yeah.
A brooch of shielding can absorb 30 individual magic missiles before it melts or becomes useless.
That's cool.
This has all 30 left in it.
I think you should have it.
Me?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you did sort of just
You
kill that thing all on
single-handedly
your
killed a
own.
doppelganger.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
so I must be
Incredible.
incredible.
You do deserve something.
I can let you borrow the cape every once in a while. But not when I'm using it.
Where is that accent from, by the way?
The
sea.
ocean.
That's
high seas of the
It's
sea.
a
We all
sea
sound
lord-
this way out there.
a Sea Lord accent.
God damn it. I will say, additionally, Remula, sort of, this is, it's a family heirloom of sorts, but you did save my life.
Is it a ring, perhaps?
No.
You know, when I was talking about a bonded item, I
Uh-huh.
almost said, you know what? I have a gold ring that I got from some kobolds in the middle of a war.
Spoiler.
All right. So, she gives you a small bracelet, Holman. It's a bracelet with a number of small charms hanging from it. It's a charm bracelet.
How
cute.
Oh, sweet. Thank you very much.
Each charm looks like a small weapon.
Go on.
It's called an armory bracelet.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
I don't know. Let me look it up.
This is a very rare version, and because of you, it just so happens to be a very rare version of it. So it has a charm that looks like a bow, another that looks like a fist, a club, a dart, a flail, a hammer, a knife, a pick, a polearm, a shield, a sling, a spear, a sword, and one that looks like a small little gun.
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
Is this minor, major, lesser, greater?
This is minor. So an armory bracelet, for 2 actions, you envision and interact. You can do it once per day. You pull one charm from the bracelet. It transforms into a weapon of your
Oh,
choice
that's so fucking cool.
from
Yeah.
the charm's weapon group. If the weapon requires ammunition, it appears with a quiver or pouch with 20 pieces of ammo. The weapon is also a +1 striking weapon of the type you choose for 1 minute.
That's awesome.
After which it becomes non-magical until your next daily preparations, at which point it breaks apart into dust and the charm reappears on the bracelet.
That
What? So you
is
get to like
so
keep it?
cool.
Are you
Oh,
sure
that's
you don't want
awesome.
to trade with this beautiful cloak?
I actually would like to trade.
It doesn't fit me as well as you said it
You
would.
said the charm goes back.
Every
That's
day.
dope.
Yeah, oh, that is amazing.
So at this point, for 1 minute, you can have a +1
+1 striking weapon.
once a day.
Man, I gotta scroll a magic weapon, and I don't even want this anymore.
No, give it
I
to
tear it
somebody
up.
else.
That's
No,
so
wait.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, does somebody want the brooch? I feel bad.
Hey,
I mean, I'll take the brooch.
Sure.
You've already got something.
I'm squishy.
Yeah, but you've already got something.
You got the
I know.
armbands.
You got the armbands of
do.
sexiness.
That gives me 1+1 athletics.
Yeah, I know. Give
You
it to
made
somebody
it
who
a
uses
couple of
athletics.
times.
Yeah. You might need it.
I do need it because I have a 0 naturally.
I have -1 on my athletics because I'm wearing armor.
And yet you got there faster than
Yeah, I
all
rolled
of
the
us.
fortitude. I got really good saves. That's good. I was moving. Got the super high
All the pirates are in really good
armory
cardio shape.
bracelet is freaking cool.
Which is
Isn't
not
it
what you would
cool
imagine.
as fuck?
That is a
So
really cool
man.
item.
I am definitely going to use that.
We do more
And it's gonna
jogs
last
around
for a
the
minute.
Top side.
Yep.
And it's
which is essentially a full
2
combat.
action
Yeah.
interaction. 2 action. Okay.
Yep. And then you have the weapon for the rest of the day. It's just non-magical.
Right.
And
After
it's an
that
interact
minute.
action to
Interact action.
Pull one?
Envision and interact. Yes. You
Oh, that's
picture the item you want
frickin'
from inside of that group, and
That's
then
cool.
you pull it off. I guess technically there'd be one additional charm because now crossbows are their own weapon group. So there's also a crossbow charm.
That's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
I don't
Very
need the
rare
brooch, by the
versions
way.
also have guns.
Yeah.
This one just happens to have a
Just
gun.
happen to have a gun on it.
Yeah, it could be anything. Could even be a boat.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know, we've
man.
always wanted one of those. All right.
Does somebody want this brooch for reals? Like,
mean,
I'll totally
The brooch
take
of
it.
shielding.
Who has? Is
a
anybody
magic
not have
missile
anything?
thing.
I mean,
Who has the lo-
I
who
would
has the
take,
lowest AC?
I would take.
I have
something.
16.
Oh yeah, you
Well,
should
the magic
definitely-
missile hits anyways, but yeah,
Yeah,
who usually gets targeted by magic missiles is the caster, I guess. I don't know.
probably
That's
any. Yeah, the caster probably
I
would
appreciate it.
Yeah, brooch, you can have it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
of
add
course.
it to my character sheet.
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Yeah. I'm gonna do some
brooch of
medicine to heal
shielding.
myself too. No, wait, I'm not trained. I think I was rolling trained medicine when I'm not. I actually don't think that I am.
Oh, if you'd like, I can help you out,
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
or I can try.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I was like, for whatever reason, I thought I was medicine and not survival, and I'm survival and not medicine.
I can treat wounds.
Treat wounds
since-
would be wonderful.
Which, since we're out of combat time at the moment, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
The appearance of this like pirate dude in the rain in this dirty ass cloak is just like fucking sending me.
While he's taking his 10 minutes to heal me, I'm going to take 10 minutes to affix my other potency crystal to one of her.
It's going to be more than
Schnicky,
10
schnicky,
minutes, I'm
schnicks.
afraid.
Punching daggers.
Yeah.
I failed
Oh no.
Oh,
because
nice.
it's DC 15. right?
Correct. Do you roll 4?
No, I got a 10.
Okay, so it's not a crit fail.
Yeah, it's just a fail.
So you take 10 minutes.
Do I have to? I have to
You
spend
have to,
another.
wait, you have to wait an hour before you can attempt
shit.
it again.
Yeah.
From anybody,
I'm
right?
sorry, I haven't.
No, my house rule is that it's from each individual person.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I haven't done this in quite some time.
I do have a healing potion.
I have 2. I've got a scroll of heal as well and a scroll of soothe. So I mean, I could do it. I just didn't want to use it right now.
So what I'll say is,
Yeah, we got to go.
you mentioned Pimic, and Rimula's like, I do know of a Pimic who's quite well known among the destitute of Daggermark. Quite No, you're fine. Eat candy. This is fun.
This is fun. We're having fun.
It's
So much fun.
her. She keeps a small sort of discreet storefront in it's a rather ramshackle group of tenement buildings, maybe 15 minutes from here.
Excellent.
And how do we know that you will be safe here, both of you?
We don't, but she kind of looks over the body on the floor. Seems like he was the one who's doing a lot of work.
You're probably right.
And if you don't take too long to find whoever is behind all of this, then it should take care of the rest of it.
Do you want to give them your gun for defense?
Oh, I have. I just didn't get too dark. And she walks behind the counter and she does pull out. There's like a short sword.
A shotgun?
Sawed-off shotgun.
It's mounted like that, but there is just a short sword. And you do look back there, and there's a heavy crossbow under the bar. And she's like, I got flustered and didn't think to grab it.
That probably
You did wonderful.
Well, you are
would have
just a
been
barkeep,
useful, but okay.
not a warrior.
I'm just a barkeep.
Next
And
time.
Timic's like, I know it's not much, but I'll wait here with her. We'll close up shop for the day and hold up upstairs.
Barnabas reaches his hand out to Timic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you made it.
Timic gives you a whole like weird handshake thing.
I fucking hell, man. Daggermark.
Mhm.
Maybe you should lock the door on our way out, and we can set up some kind of code word.
Like Guardians of the Open Road.
Guardians
Maybe
of
a
the
new
Open
one
Road.
though. That one might be compromised.
And I'm going to message apple pie into his brain.
Ah!
Ah.
Did he do it to you?
He did. Does he do that a lot?
And I like go to say something and I stop.
Okay.
Remember
Interesting.
our deal.
Of course. I'll honor my word.
Who is this son of yours? What's so important about
What
it?
do you expect? He's a boy. Unfortunately, my husband
Yeah,
has
it's a bit of
just
an idiot.
my husband has just passed, and I must find him because I have no other protection at the moment.
Is that your only son? What are you gonna say?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't really like your family very much.
So what's next? Where are you all
I
going?
guess we go find this
Go find
apothecary.
Pemic, yeah, the apothecary.
So you walk 15 minutes
Mhm.
back out in the. You know what time it is.
Can we mechanically skip?
Yeah, sure. It's like when you're in Skyrim and you're jumping everywhere.
Yeah.
You get your jump
Yeah.
stat up.
Yeah.
When I jump, I am stealthier at the end of it.
Yes.
Every 6 seconds, you're just like, where the fuck did Barnabas go? I think the storm is starting to pass even. You're coming out, walking through the streets. You find your way towards these...
I get a cloak and it stops raining.
Yeah. These sets of... it's sprinkling. It's just no longer sleeting. Make your way towards these like kind of ramshackle tenement buildings. And as you're in this sort of small... It's where several streets come together, but they're also small. Streets is a strong word. It's sort of like paths in an urban environment even. You're in what you could call a courtyard if it was intentional, but in this case seems to be a small group of these with a space enough between them to put a well in the ground. And you see just sticking out of one of these sort of ramshackle buildings a small wooden sign with a blue liquid flask depicted in paint hanging over this cramped building put in between several others, sort of squashed in like an odd little townhome in a ramshackle, chaotic building place. Even as you're here, though, there's an odd, faint aroma of like burning vinegar.
Ooh.
Don't know if that rings a bell to anyone.
What's that smell
I smelled
again?
vinegar before.
It smelled in the
cottage.
The cottage with the dead dwarf.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Which remains despite the sleet. So there you go, Jason.
The vinegar smell.
It was opening up, and it's just as you get here, it starts again.
It's like when that one cloud passes and then it all falls
Can I
again.
roll a check for the vinegar smell?
Yeah,
If it's
sure.
creatures, I'm going to use my esoteric lore. If it's creatures, curses, or haunts.
Okay.
20. Wow, 22.
Terrible math.
22. That was really hard. Nope. Got it.
It's vinegar, but
Vinegar.
you do recognize, Barnabas, it does smell a lot like some of the scents you were picking up from the poisons that killed.
That's what I was going to say. Is there something I can roll to see if it associates that vinegar smell?
You'd have to
associates
check.
with poison?
The smell smells similar, but you can extrapolate mentally from that whatever
Okay.
you will or won't.
Okay.
So you see a sign above a door, though.
Weapons ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Shing.
What's
So
our
weapons are
marching
out
order?
going into this store.
Oh, into the
Wouldn't
store.
be the first time.
My weapons are not out.
Nah, man. At
I
the
don't
same
have
time,
one.
I almost don't
Yeah.
think it's like
Maybe
not
we
a
should
bad
just knock.
idea.
I mean,
Like we're
she's
just
on-
yeah.
She's
I'm
on the
caster
list.
first, so I don't have to pull one
I just
out.
prefer
Yeah.
not to waste one action preparing weapons.
Oh, that's fair. And he pulls his axe out.
Yeah, good point.
Well, shall we knock?
This is a store. Is it
Yeah, it's a
open?
legitimate storefront. Seems
Yeah.
open.
Is there an
Ching,
open
ching,
sign?
Are there
You see-
people
yeah.
around? Like, are
You
there?
see a couple folks in the store milling around.
Oh,
and a few people in the
then,
street.
yeah. No, I want to have my weapons out there.
Okay.
We're like,
Can I-
hello.
yeah. Can I do a quick perception
Yeah,
of the area?
I'm gonna make this one secret.
Okay.
Looking for gnomes.
Are you?
What's your bonus?
Looking for gnomes.
Oh,
Looking
my
for
gnomes.
gnomes.
it's +4.
Yeah, you don't see any gnomes. You see a couple customers in there. You see a woman behind a small counter, urbane half-orc with a big toothy smile, talking to a few folks.
I'm kind of in the back of the group as they're walking.
You
to
all
the
walk in.
storefront.
Ding! Little bell rings as the door opens, and she
Mhm.
looks up. I'll be with you in a minute. Wraps up the customer. How can I help you? You look new to this part of town.
We're looking for Pinnock.
Well, congratulations. Count your day successful. You found her.
Come with me.
I'm coming with you.
I don't really do that.
Pardon, but
Have you ever felt like you were going to die today?
Yes. Have you seen anything strange around lately?
I see plenty
Aside
of,
from us.
plenty of strange things. Someone give me a diplomacy check.
Is there anybody else
I
in the
can do
store
that.
also?
One or two other people sort of browsing in the background.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Nice.
18 on diplomacy.
Hey.
Diplomancy.
Hey.
I'm not
That's
trained in
also
diplomacy.
18.
Hey, twinsies.
Yeah.
So she's well, perhaps I can help you. What are you looking for today? We have many things here. The last person kind of wraps up. She's a little quieter, and they walk out, and now it's just you and her in the store.
What
Go
do you
lock
know
the
of
door.
what
Do
do you
you?
know of
Yeah.
a type of poison that hardens after somebody's given anti-venom?
Interesting.
Foams out of their mouth and
Are
body.
you perhaps inquiring after specialized medical care?
It's
Yes.
exactly what I'm looking at.
Like end of life care.
End of life.
If you catch
Interesting.
them adrift.
Well,
Do you have anybody that specializes in that kind of...
I have connections
situations?
with specialists, although at the moment I'm perhaps more interested in acquiring private security specialists. There was a break-in here recently.
What did they take?
How convenient.
Go ahead and give me an underworld lore check and give yourself
Nice.
a +2 on this.
How convenient that there was a break-in.
It is.
You got this.
16.
So you recognize the use of the word specialist in this case, and she's quickly seeing if you're interested in discussing assassinations.
Because that's what they call them, right?
Specialists.
Yep.
And then you are also picking up that she may have an interest in hiring someone to kill people who stole from her recently, is what you're kind of
Yeah.
picking up.
So these people who stole from you,
Mhm.
what did they take in particular?
Now, are you responding just sort of in plain spoken language, or are you kind of working some code words in your responses as well?
I'm responding just that way.
Give me a deception check if you're using a little bit of your coded language as you're kind of working this back. I'll also take underworld lore is also applicable. What do you got?
24.
All right.
Damn.
She kind of nods and winks. Well, I've been working on a project. I'm going to just like sort of cut through this. Here's what she tells you through innuendo. Is that essentially she's been working on devising something, a specialty poison, wasn't paying off, wasn't quite right, but someone stole it from her recently, and there needs to be consequences for that. Word can't make it around that people can steal from her and live.
Oh, fuck. This town is so fucked up.
Does the service that you're inquiring about, does it pay?
There's always pay, sometimes in weight and others in favors for those who can help.
Does the name Remula ring a bell to you?
Oh, runs the distillery, right? Heard glowing reviews from customers that have been there. Can't say that I ever have. I can get you directions.
Have anything against her?
No, I hear word and tell there's some sorts of activities in the sewers near here from those in the know.
And who do you suspect has stolen this specialized medicine?
I don't exactly know. At this point, there's sort of like still a back and forth in the conversation. What I'll say is, she'll kind of get to a point though where, well, fine. And once again, all through innuendo. She'll sort of, I think you might be the right fit I'm looking for. There's a splinter organization affiliated with one of the specialty schools in town, if you will, calling themselves the Ghost Knives.
That's quite a dumb name.
Yes, that's quite stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
They're
like
really
it at all.
making a lot of it. I have some information about where they might be hiding
Death
in the
daggers.
sewers.
Would have been much better.
Could have been great.
Yeah.
Look,
Banshee blades. I mean,
The ghoul knives even would have
Yeah.
been better.
and so she'll basically go on to tell you that there's a group known as the Ghost Knives who have sort of insurgents of the Assassin's Guild operating outside of the bounds of it. She thinks that they may be connected, but she needs someone who can go after it. She thinks maybe you're the ones, but she's not sure. And you can kind of get that she's sort of trying to suss this out in conversation with you.
what's it worth to you?
The guild would owe quite a favor. We can pay in coin and knowledge, if not membership.
Well, I'm not interested in serving no one.
It's not serving, it's a
Being
job
part
offer.
of something and serving are two different things.
But we can certainly offer
Maybe to
coin,
you.
goods, or knowledge.
Membership, you say?
Of course.
Oh, coins we can
Interesting.
split.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Mhm.
we all started off this day with 2 people at least looking for a job. 2
Oh.
people that were... Somebody only has 1 silver piece that they keep getting back somehow.
Where were you looking for a job from?
A dead man.
Mhm.
Wait, who's dead?
Unfortunately, many
I've heard
people.
rumors
Bosh.
that Bosk.
Bought that guy.
No, different guy.
He died as soon as I met him. I didn't get his name.
Awkward. Interesting timing.
That dwarf,
What,
too, Clovis. Clovis is dead.
Clovis.
Interesting.
She killed
And
a
a-
doppelganger.
Doppelganger
Really?
did it.
Now this does bring a few things to light. I knew a doppelganger once.
I don't want to hear about
Ilchok.
this.
No, he enrolled in the Assassin's Guild about a year ago, but my friends say the lazy applicant, well, always relied on his ability to change shape more than on proper trade skill. Never covered his tracks after a kill.
Was he tall, bald, kind of gangly? Big, long
Doppelgangers are
tongue?
doppelgangers.
Was he naked?
He always walking around naked
The guild expelled him not too long ago.
for nudity,
That's surprisingly okay there.
lack of modesty.
That is an issue, though. Didn't cover his tracks.
Well, they
But
were
wait,
poisoned.
you say Clovish, the infantry, but
Poisoned by the same poison that we were talking to you about now.
you think it's such. So I'm gonna roll over some of your crits from earlier, and she will kind of like remark that you've noticed that and kind of connected it, and she's a little impressed by that.
Aye, well, I'm impressive.
Well, you know, if you
What are you doing
use-
later?
This is interesting, and she's going to kind of basically info dump on you a little bit of what she knows. Bosk was well liked in the community, never drew unwanted attention. Formal assassination contract targeting him would be unlikely. The fact that you say you smelled this aroma from, well, and she'll tell you something called an arcane amplex. I've been working on it. It's interesting. My recipe was stolen. It was good. It was very effective. Any exposure to magic just accelerated the effects.
Oops.
But it had a
we
distinct
could
smell.
not have known.
And a distinct smell, so I deemed it was unpractical for use.
The
too easy
vinegary
to
smell.
track. Exactly. That's
I do have a question.
yes.
Do you know what would lead Bosk to being named an Oathbreaker?
Excellent
And I
question.
grab the lantern and shine it at your face.
Mhm.
Tell us.
Intimidation checks.
I'm honestly not sure. That's a death sentence in these lands.
Breaking an oath.
Yes.
Who did he belong to?
What that?
Who did he belong to?
I'm not sure who he belonged to, but if you say Clovish is dead, that's a bigger problem.
What would cause a military man? Well, you say it's been this splinter group that's causing these assassinations. You believe?
I believe.
Is it possible they're moving against the established orders to establish themselves?
If they are, they've picked a bad target to start with. Clovish was the nephew of Jaller Clovish, the top infantry commander of the Daggermark military.
Fucking knew I recognized that name somewhere.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I've been reading the shit out of some lore, like
Oh,
Galarian
nice.
shit lately.
He's Brander's position, he was mostly well liked. His death, there's no way it would have been sanctioned by the Assassin's Guild. And I will say, with that, plus the whispers of the ghost knives must have been getting around, and word is they are operating in those sewers. I don't know where, though. We'd need more information about the sewers.
Do you know a Timic? And
She stops. Do you know a Timic?
do you know a Timic?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
what's
roll. I'm gonna roll against you.
Timic?
I do.
I do too.
He may have.
You can even see I clicked on him.
I do wonder. I think perhaps this might connect some of these dots for you. If he was poking his nose in the wrong place and drew the attention, if the ghost knives thought their cover was blown, they would be trying to clean that up.
Oh.
If you say you've killed their hunter Ilchek, then they are still left. What number of them they have?
I didn't do it. She did.
Yeah, it was
Well.
pretty badass.
She
We think
single-handedly.
we weren't there.
Yeah.
She ran ahead, blew its brains out.
The bartender did
Pretty
most of it.
impressive.
Well then, here's what I need. If you can find their hideout, eliminate the Cabal's leaders before they can disappear, which, in the wake of what you've done, I'm sure they'll try to. I'll owe you one, and we'll find a way to sort this out afterwards. It's impolite to talk about money before dinner.
I want to do a sense motive.
Go for it. Roll in the open. Ooh, right on the table. What do you got?
Not good. That's going to be perception, right?
Yep.
It's going to be a 5 + 8, 13.
13. Yeah, seems to be really honest.
Seems to be legit. I like her.
I feel like
Yeah.
we need a bit of a contract here,
We don't write those kind of things, but
down on paper.
Paper trail.
What about a message in your mind?
I'm interested.
and she just looks at you with this like fierce, piercing gaze.
Who's got the papers? Do we keep the papers
The
with us?
dossiers.
Yeah, let me. And I like flip through it, and I'd like the list with the names on it, and I'd be like, "Why is your name on here with these other names?"
I suppose because most likely the poison came from me.
She's a loose end.
Okay.
Exactly.
If they're using her.
It's just what the pretty boy said.
Yeah.
You
So-
said you might owe us a favor.
Sure.
Membership in your organization.
Mm-hmm.
Could you establish fit for someone who may have been passed over in the past?
Oh, for sure.
Hmm.
There's definitely an opportunity to re-examine a case with good motivation.
I
Big
like you.
toothy smile.
Noted.
You're very shady.
Well, and then we fade away.
Before we fade away, I want to
Oh, we
ask
don't
her
fade away.
one thing. It would the rulers of Daggermark,
Mm-hmm.
would they want to know what's happening?
The guilds, dearie, the guilds run Daggermark. And who do you think you're talking to?
Okay, well, I guess. Whatever.
We fade away. We give it a little more. We cut away. If you were willing to show some of the maps and the drawings that Timmick gave you, the sewers, working with her for maybe an hour, you're able to pinpoint where you think the hideout would be.
Awesome.
For the sake of expediency, we follow the group with an overhead camera shot, like a drone shot maybe. So you walk back down.
I shoot the drone out of the sky.
It was carrying a pizza.
What is that thing following us?
It's actually a bird.
Birds are drones.
A
If
raven.
we're being real.
It's very true. Yeah.
Birds aren't real. In Galarian. And you make your way back to the distillery. You can see you talking with Timmick and Remula, sort of explaining what you know of this. Working your way back down into the sewers. You're kind of working through this bog that's like chest height on most of you. It's disgusting in the sewers.
This is fucking disgusting.
And you find yourself coming to a room. Now it's dark. Do any of you have dark vision?
The
I have
lantern,
low
baby.
light vision.
Lantern.
Yeah, lantern.
Oh, so
Lit,
there's this
lit up, bright
lantern.
light.
Does your lantern have like it's 20 feet of bright light?
Yeah.
20 feet of bright,
And then
10 of dim.
10
20
of
of
dim.
dim.
20 of dim.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
40
So
feet
40
total.
40 feet
feet.
total. And if
And
you
then-
have low light, you can see bright light out 40 feet.
Yeah, so if
Cool.
you have low light, you're fine out to 40.
Cool.
So you walk down through this, just like working right through this bog, like halfway up in the chest until it kind of opens up into the first area that Timmick indicated there were some soft folks maybe coming from. And you can see sounds of rushing, and you can hear, not see, sounds of rushing water echoing throughout this dank cistern. And you can see the sleet-filled runoff pouring in from the northern, eastern, southern channels before emptying into an outlet into the sort of northeast corner of the room. There's stone walkways. Finally, a chance for you to get up and out of the sewer onto these walkways on the side.
It's like Bane's hideout.
Very much. There's coffin-sized crates, though, floating on the water in the center of this room, tethered to a platform. Almost imagine like a small concrete dock into the center of the sort of drain cistern with these coffins basically floating in the water tied to it.
Damn, this cistern is dank.
I always wonder who that laugh is, and now I know who it belongs to. Yeah. I always who it belongs to.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, patch down.
What do you
Alright.
think these coffins might be? The ghost knives?
Let's talk exploration modes real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing what? Stealthing, searching, on guard for combat? What's the deal?
Stealthity, stealth.
Yeah,
Stealth,
I'm
John.
looking
Stealth.
stealth. I've got no problem like being a little bit ahead, and I'm just looking for hidden.
So now you know. Oh, so you're looking for hidden?
Looking for
Perfectly.
hidden. Yeah,
And
it's
what's
like
your
the
perception
lanterns.
bonus?
Like plus, it'd be with the +8.
+8 with the lantern bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're a little farther ahead of the rest of the group, so you can see this, but this is interesting here. You notice that in one of the coffins, there is a purple something moving right around the edges. Small, little, like almost tentacles, little growths moving out around the edge of this coffin.
Make this face.
Okay? It's like a grimacing face.
Mhm.
It is purple. Maybe it's
And I
is it the grimace shake?
Yeah, and I like wave them over, and I point the gun at the coffin.
Sure.
Kind of let everybody catch up with me.
You want to give me a recall knowledge?
I do.
This is about a creature. If you want
Is
to
it
give me
a
an
creature? Oh,
esoteric,
100%.
an esoteric check. All right.
It's an octopus, duh.
Oh, cheer.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, 28 total.
You're able. So because you have the ability to understand shit others don't. With this crit, I'm going to give you something.
Does that do anything for your
If
Thaumaturge?
it's
If it's in combat.
If it's,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Yeah, so no, but yeah, esoteric lore, so 28.
We got to learn, about
This
the
is a
thaumaturge.
violet fungus.
Oh,
A
shoot.
sentient fungus.
Oh my God, it's the Leshy.
What's it? Yeah, do I know any weaknesses to it, or what does it do
I'm
other
gonna give
than
you
probably
something
kill me?
special. It's horrible. It's a rough fight. But some part of your connection, some part of your weird esoteric bits, you see that it's reacting to the light. It seems upset by it. It seems to be aggressive towards light.
Nav, do you remember Squib? Captain's valet?
Jason
He used to-
shrugging.
He used to, yeah, Squib on the boat.
Sure.
Yeah.
yes, I'm sure.
I remember him telling me about this stuff. Something about the light. Check this out. And I move it away, and he's like,
And you can
I
see it
move it
almost
towards-
like curling, like building mass up towards itself, towards the light. Like you think it's almost like an attack dog starting to pull at the chain.
Turn it off.
Maybe you shouldn't be teasing
Yeah,
it.
turn it off.
yeah. And with a thought, I turn it off.
And now it is pitch fucking black in this room.
Well, I don't think that's going to
Shit.
work.
I turn it back on.
I can't see shit.
Well, now if any of you want to, you get a look at this room. Here's what I want to say. You want to try some skill checks. If you want to try without the lantern, I'll allow one of you to lead, one other to assist. If you can give me an appropriate lore or an intelligence check to circumnavigate this room's walkways in the pitch black.
How's about geography?
I'll give you a geography check, like as you as a
I like
previous
it.
navigator. Who wants to assist this check?
Can I see the stars from the sewer?
No, you definitely
I'm
cannot.
just checking.
There's some glowing
Can I
fungus.
fake it with a performance check?
Yes, the group will think you succeeded, but it'll offer no mechanical benefit.
While we're looking around, I'm gonna pull out a scroll and cast Long Strider on myself.
How long does that last
Nice.
An hour.
for? Sure.
Can I assist with survival?
I'll allow that. Assist with survival. It'll be a pretty high DC. We're looking for a DC 20 on this to assist because it's fucking pitch black.
That's a 15.
All right, you don't crit fail. All right, Jason.
I rolled 20. Dirty 20.
Amazing.
Jason, it takes like 10 fucking minutes, but with the lantern out, you saw a single door on the western side of the room. And Jason is able to lead you around the outside of this room. You feel the door handles, double doors on the west side of this room.
Hey, it's over here.
Imagine you all
Who's
with a
at that?
hand on shoulder. Who's in the front? Obviously, Barnabas is in the front. Right behind Barnabas is, it sounds like if you were helping
Sure.
Trent, maybe
Letitia. Yeah.
Mhm.
Who's next, though?
Alistair's just kind of in the back, kind of just following along.
Okay.
Kind of like, doesn't really care to be down here.
It really stinks.
It really does stink. And yeah.
It's quite dank.
Can I burn that stuff? I got a bunch of torches on me.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I've
Yeah.
produced flame. Maybe I can, like,
I have put torches as
Are
well.
we talking about
catch this shit on fire.
fighting the fungus?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I don't want to mess with it if it's really
Me neither.
bad. If it's
Yeah.
really nasty, I don't want to mess with it. But it's just yeah. So what? Yeah, I guess I'll follow up. I'll go next. So what do I need to roll?
No.
No.
Jason
Okay.
led the
I
group.
found it.
Oh, nice.
Barnabas hit the DC.
Dope.
You make it to the door.
Well, that was a
Open it.
20 without their
that's fine.
bonuses, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, as Trent failed. It was a high
Oh,
DC
good.
to
I was
aid. 'cause it
trying
so
to figure
difficult.
out where north was, and it wasn't working.
You should take no direction. That's a good one.
So you
Okay.
open the door. You all kind of file in. Now there is a torch illuminating this room behind the doors. You see two long tables taking up the center of the room. One covered with scattered cutlery and scraps of leftover food, while the other has flasks, tubes, and alchemical equipment. You see a couple of doors to the south leading to matched hallways, and they're open now, lined with bunk beds. But in the room, you see a woman leaning over this table. And sitting across from her, sort of casually, are two rough-looking thugs, with sharp blades, who all their heads whip over to you. And as soon as they don't recognize you, one of them even starts saying, "Ilchuk, are you Ilchuk? Have you finished with?"
Have you seen the bathroom?
You know what that means? It's
do it.
about to be time to roll for initiative.
Yeah.
And that means it's time for this drop.
Yes.
Roll initiative. All right, what do we have for everyone's initiative? Holman, what do you got?
26.
God damn.
This is my
Nice, bro.
4th natural 20 I've rolled today.
Wait, that's a natural 20?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
is.
crit.
Oh,
It's a
so
crit initiative.
we use critical initiative
You
in
should
this
have had it
house,
last time too, I think.
which means you get an extra action. You count as basically haste on
I'll
your...
take 5 since I didn't use the one
No,
from the
that
last
doesn't work
combat.
like that.
Yeah.
You know what I will give you, though, just because we're here?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right. I cannot wait to use all
Oh,
three
man.
of these.
I feel
Don't have
so...
any.
I got to use all these today, right now.
They carry over this character if you get to bring him back. All right, you got 26 Bardabug.
18.
All right, Letitia, what do you got?
27.
Wow.
Is that a crit? Or are you
That-
just really
No, that was
high?
an 18, and I used a
Jesus.
+9 on stealth, so.
Alistair, what do you have?
17.
That's also still good. Be proud of that.
I'm
Yes.
proud of it.
Thank you.
It's natural 15.
Oh,
I have
damn.
2 stealth, so I will take it.
All right.
Plus, I don't need to go first.
No. All right, well, Letitia, this door opens and you see the room as described in front of you. This leader. And I will say, just in case it comes up, this woman does match a sketch and a description of one of the files in Bosk's safe of the murderer.
And you wanted to keep that safe closed.
I just didn't know what you were doing.
All right, Letitia, it's your turn. It's a small room. There are tables as I drew them out on there. The tables are difficult terrain to move over or cover if you're behind 2 ranged attacks.
I'm going to try to sneak
Oh, okay. So
up to the side of the figure here.
So yeah, we have 2 assassins. One is a pawn and one is a model. All right. So now here's what I'll say, Trent. You'll need to end your turn basically in cover or reduced lighting if you want to stay hidden. End your turn, not your action.
Okay.
Keep in mind, if you're a rogue, you have the ability. They're also just flat-footed to you because you acted first.
Right.
You used stealth for initiative and acted
Right.
before them in combat.
So I'm going to move to there.
Okay.
Is that like first time I'm playing a rogue? Do you have to like roll against my?
You have to roll
Stealth?
stealth, and this is a secret check, and you have to
Okay.
move at half speed. You got a +9, you said?
Yes.
Okay. I know it. You've tried to sneak up quickly while they're but the door's open. They kind of knew you were there.
Yeah.
So it's in a bit of an odd situation. You rolled stealth for initiative, so maybe they didn't see you particularly, so they just see a shadow melt into the room, coming out of the darkness of the fungal cistern ahead of them.
And
What do you got? New characters, everyone.
yeah, I'm going to use double slice.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
You make 1 strike with each of the 2 melee weapons, each using your current multiple attack penalty.
So it's a 2-action attack for 2 attacks at full map.
Correct.
Mhm.
And
If they both hit, you'll combine the damage.
combining the damage
So,
to overcome weaknesses
There
and
may be
resistances.
a rule for this, but here's what I'm going to house rule. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. You're flat-footed to all of this. Doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
succeeded stealth or not because you were acting before them.
Right.
So you dart into the room. I'm assuming that you guys had weapons out. I'm just going to
Oh, yeah.
say, yeah,
For
you know
sure.
you're here. You're a hit squad going into the sewers on behalf of the Poisoners Guild.
Yeah. So I have 2 weapons, katars, and on
Yep.
both
Punching
on each
daggers
hand.
are
Right.
out. Valdo from Soul Calibur sort of shit.
So I'm making an attack.
Shink, shink.
Also, I'm going to use one of the potency crystal that's on
Your primary one?
Yeah.
Okay, so these first one will be +1 to hit and striking on damage in addition to your sneak attack
Right.
damage.
Right.
Rogue shit.
Now I really hope that I hit.
Well,
That's a low roll. You know what? I'm gonna take that patch.
okay. Easy come, easy go.
Oh, that's so much better. That's a 22,
Mhm.
23.
That's a critical hit because they're flat-footed.
Oh my god.
so good.
Yes.
So what's the
okay.
damage die on a
So
punching dagger?
Let's go through a lot of this first.
There's
Okay,
a
so
lot
it's
to-
a
there's some
1d4 plus 2.
Okay,
So that makes it a 2d4
Plus 2.
Plus 2. But a
a 2d4 plus 2
with
plus
the, with
1d6.
the striking, right?
So you're 2d4 plus 2 because it's striking.
Right.
You're sneak attacking. plus
2d,
a-
yeah, right.
So it's 2d4 plus 2 plus a d6.
okay.
So your total damage is 4d4 plus 4 plus 2d6.
Oh my god. All right, and there's more too because
Oh my god.
because of the sneak attack damage. So that's the d6.
Yeah, which is
right?
double to 2d6. Ruffian rogues are
I love it.
wreckers.
There's also something that I'm not remembering, but that's okay.
You don't have debilitating sneak
no.
attacks or anything like
But
that.
I do. Oh, was this
Does the
not the
double
one that
slice
does?
have a
Hang
crit?
on, let me read something real quick.
All right. Up on deck will be Holman then.
Holman's up.
I
Got it.
think
Up.
this may allow me to use the critical specialization on the attack as well.
Sure.
There's something that is, but I don't have it in front of me right now, so we'll just go with this. So how much did we say again?
Oh, no. Trent, it's at 4th or 5th level that if you are sneak attacking someone, you get the critical specialization of a weapon.
There is something that I took, though, that specifically says you can use the critical specialization of the weapon if you...
Okay.
I don't know.
Come back to it later. You're about to do so much damage, doesn't matter.
Right. 4d6
plus 4 plus 2d6.
Plus 4 plus 2d6. Okay. So there's 4.
Okay.
12.
You know what, Trent? Just keep working on that.
Plus 4, 16, 21, and 25 damage.
Is that the total?
Yes.
Okay, so it had 8 hit points.
Oh my god.
I cut his head off.
So you just, yeah. I imagine it's like right up through the bottom of the jaw.
Right.
Just, and just like blood right out of its mouth and eyes. Its whole body just collapses.
That's my turn.
You technically have a second melee attack.
No, that's true.
You're not in range of anyone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
So here's what I'll say. You declared double strike.
Yeah, it
you
was
didn't
a
take the
2-action.
Second, though. I'll let you convert that.
I'll just
action.
take a step back here behind the wall?
Sure. You step back behind the wall, so you'll have cover from a ranged attack potentially. Holman, so you just watched Letitia just like sweep in there, uppercut with a punching dagger.
You may not have seen
flare.
me move in with stealth.
You rolled a natural 1. Yes, everyone did.
Oh, okay.
But you were so fast, they're all
being
caught
very
off guard.
sneaky.
I saw him the whole time.
I'm gonna pop my
What is she doing?
pop my left arm out and pull that little gun.
I'm gonna pop the charm off.
Pop the charm. So that's my first 2 actions.
Yep.
But since I got the critical, John, I'm gonna shoot that lady in the back.
Oh, that's right, because you'll have 2 actions.
Yep.
So you're going for the boss lady or the other assassin that's at the table. The boss is in the back of the room on the west. The other assassin's closer to you.
Let's just shoot the assassin.
Clear the trash.
Yeah, we'll just clear it out.
Classic
Okay.
MMO rules.
Here goes. I'm gonna go for. Let's just roll another 20 for fun.
If you roll another 20, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Okay, that'll be 20. Dirty.
Okay, hit, not a crit. Even with the cover from them being behind the table. What's up?
I didn't do my little
Esoteric
thing.
I'm
It's
okay with that. You have the extra action. Do you want to go ahead and do it now?
Yeah, I'll do it now. So let me roll that. Can
That's
I just
gonna
use
be-
this for roll for that?
No, roll a new one. That's your attack roll.
Okay.
Keep your attack roll. Roll a new check.
14 total.
14 total. That's a fail.
It'll be a 15 in the light.
They're in the light, so that is exactly a success.
Okay, so
they do
then
not
I'll
have a
use
weakness. You get an extra 3 points of damage or
extra
whatever.
3 points of damage. So this is going to be.
It's a human, so some part of you has a connection to know that deep down as a child they feared spiders. So you find a way to infuse spider energy inside of the bullet, and it's now a striking pistol.
13 damage total.
Well, from its 8 hit points, its head just. And for a second, even as it's dying, he feels like he feels spiders inside of the wound where the bullet hit. Jade and Trent both not enjoying this.
So it's the ruffian rogue that when you critically succeed at an attack roll using a simple weapon and the target has the flat-footed condition, you apply this critical specialization effect for the weapon you're wielding.
Now, is that what ability gives you that? Just the ruffian rogue?
That's
at
ruffian.
base?
The ruffian
Which
rogue.
means they'd be flat-footed.
Swords,
right?
Punching daggers may be a different weapon
daggers,
group.
that's right.
They are simple weapons and agile.
But what's the weapon group they're a part of? They'll say that, like with the
daggers.
daggers.
Oh, daggers.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember what they're.
It's bleed. Yeah. It's bleed.
Okay. All right. So that means Holman's full turn. Both the assassins are off the board. I was worried about this being too difficult of a boss fight.
Not so far.
Well, this woman in the back, I'm having none of this. And she's going to lift her hand. Ooh, yeah, that's what we're definitely doing. Holman, you're the one at the front here. She's going to spend 2 actions to begin casting a spell. I would like for you to give me a will saving throw.
Don't mind if I do.
Ooh.
Oh, really hope this is going to go well.
Out of the box doesn't count, right?
Correct.
Trent's on top of this shit.
I roll the same thing back to back. That's going to be a will save.
Yep, will save.
22.
Damn it, that's exactly the DC.
Nice.
So that's success. You believe everyone you see is a potential threat. And You are unfriendly to all creatures that you weren't already hostile to, even those that were previously allies. You treat no one as an ally for 1 round.
That's a dangerous thing to patch too, because if you roll worse and crit fail, okay, I treat everybody as a bad guy for 1 round.
Yep.
All right.
And that's just a role play. You have to decide how you want to play that. And then for her final action, she will. I'm going to say
likes me more than you.
True.
It's an opposite reaction. The more they like you, the more they hate you.
That's true.
Yeah.
she'll just quick draw shoot a hand crossbow that was on the table kind of next to her, right up at. She doesn't want to shoot at you to fuck with the paranoia too much. So she's going to shoot at whoever's visible behind it. I think that's Alistair looking at the minis. So she's going to fire this little hand crossbow. Got a pretty good to hit here. Let's go with one of the aluminum dice. 26 to hit.
That's exactly a critical hit.
Oh, man.
I have AC of 16.
I didn't.
That's right. We talked about that earlier, even. Okay, so let's double this damage.
Good thing this is a magic missile and gets just absorbed. Crazy.
Okay, so that's going to be 12 points of damage.
That's exactly half of my hit points.
It's a good thing. Oh, it's a good thing you weren't flat-footed. Too bad. All right, because she has sneak attack. Fires this crossbow bullet. Imagine it cuts through like one of your shoulders.
Do enemies get critical specialization effects?
Not unless it says explicitly.
Yeah, it's usually listed in the stat block.
Which is one thing, like if it's not in the stat block, it pretty much isn't there in 2E.
Sure.
That's her turn. Barnabas, it's yours. 2 tables between you and her.
I am going to start casting
Oh, a lot of spells flying around.
Yep.
a 3-action spell
Oh, fuck.
now.
Oh, God.
I've never done this spell before,
Disintegrate.
and you guys may have heard it, so you can help me along.
Okay.
It's called Horizon Thundersphere.
Nope.
What?
Never
What?
fucking heard of
Okay.
it. Just read it.
You gather magical energy in your palm, forcing a concentrated ball of electricity that crackles and rumbles like impossibly distant thunder. Make a ranged spell attack roll.
Okay, easy.
Okay. So 18.
Miss.
Miss?
Yep.
Okay, then fucking
Then
never
it's a lot
mind the
easier?
rest.
Is there no like half
If I
damage?
did the 3 action, you do half damage.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because remember, she has cover from behind that table right now.
But it does do extra things if you do it. There's a 2 rounds option. If you spend 3 actions casting the spell, you can avoid finishing the spell and spend another 3 actions on your next turn to empower the spell even further.
Whoa.
Would
You
that
could charge
matter
it
if
up
I
to-
failed?
No, so it sounds like that's like basically you could take. Sounds like you can take multiple turns charging it up over a couple of
Oh,
turns,
this
like
is
old
like
school
a
Kamehameha. Like just charging it for a couple turns.
Then
and
that's what I
chuck
want to do. I want to charge it for 2 turns.
it. Okay, so you wouldn't have
I
attacked.
wouldn't
with
have
it.
attacked it.
Okay, so just charge it up. That's what you're doing
Yeah,
this turn. You're just
Kamehameha and
power
this
overwhelming.
fucking-
crackling. You are literally doing that shit.
Yep.
What book is
Yep.
this from?
Secrets of Magic. Also,
Fuck yes.
there's more.
Oh wait, there's more.
If you do the
Multiple rounds.
yep, after attacking the target, whether you hit or miss, a ball of lightning explodes, dealing 2d6 electricity damage to all creatures in 10 feet with a basic reflex save.
Within
an awesome
100
spell.
feet.
Additionally,
Love it.
Yeah, so that's why you'd want to charge
you
it up.
spark with electricity for 1 minute and deal 1 electricity damage to creatures you grab or grab you.
Oh, that's cool.
That is such a fucking cool spell.
Yeah.
So cool.
I almost want to give you a hero point just for picking it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
And in order
No,
to cast
fuck
it,
it.
you
You know
need
what?
15
I need it,
diamonds.
Man, so many hero points out there.
Just for picking that spell.
That's pretty cool.
It was like, Gozer dude. This
Yeah.
is obviously the spell I'm
All
picking
right,
up.
so you spend your turn just charging it up. Alistair,
Are we in a hallway right now? Are we
you're
in-
sort of like a cistern. Yeah, there's a small, like 10-foot
So
little
my question-
hallway.
My
Yeah.
question is,
And here's what I'll say. The way we often play is kind of refer to as well as you can, because that helps the audience hear
so,
it. And then Jason or Trent or whoever's nearby can pull
so
people
right
in.
to the,
You have room. You don't have room to get out of the doorway. It is
Okay,
like because
that's
it's
my question.
underground. It's
Okay.
sort of like a tunnel
So-
between the cistern and here. So you're able to move up. You're behind. You're 5 feet away from the double doors leading into this illuminated sort of workspace barracks with these 2 long tables and now 2 dead assassins.
okay, I'm going to use one of my focus points to
Ooh.
amp up my days.
Oh yeah.
So I guess that's a will save on you.
Yep. So I got a will save here. Pretty good at will saves on this character. What's the DC, or should I just roll it and you tell me if I succeed?
It's at DC 18.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's a crit success.
Oh, wow, okay.
29.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. So that's that.
Cool. So that's probably 2 actions for days.
Yeah.
And you got 1 action left.
That's a hallway right there.
Yeah, you were in a hallway, and then there's some doors down. I moved the other pawn off because they're dead. But there's 2 doors to the south that were open to some bedding rooms, like bunk beds, barracks, things like that.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and raise a shield then. The magical shield type.
Cast
Cool.
shield.
Okay. Shield goes up. Letitia, it's your turn. Is it Letitia or Letitia?
Letitia.
Letitia, it's your
Yeah.
turn.
I think we're gonna go right up to her there.
Okay. Now you do have cover. If you want to, you can hide and then stealth from cover to come out.
Oh yeah, it is indeed what I want to do is hide first.
Okay. So what's your bonus again? You keep
Plus-
telling me, but I keep
plus
forgetting.
9.
Okay. All right. You don't know if you are or are not stealthed, but you
Yeah.
feel like maybe you are. Now you can move up to half speed
Yeah,
if you want to stay stealthed.
which is 10.
Yep. So that where Jason has moved you can attack across the table there, which also allows you to kind of stealth up underneath the table, hide behind the table, and then try to attack. If you were successful and you don't know, they'll be flat-footed to this attack. You have 1 action left.
Will be attacking.
All right, they're flat-footed to it. Roll that attack.
Yeah.
Some real stealth stuff.
Oh, that's not great. That is a 10.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Trent's turn. Oh, we got some. What's this going on over here? Refs are calling. Is it good?
He's forgot he had all these patches.
Okay, so we have a flag on the play.
It's a red flag.
All right, Holman, it's your turn. Letitia runs up stealth, tries to jab across the table, and this person just
And
ducks
so
out
I
of the
currently
way.
believe everybody's mean to me.
Yes, you believe you were so paranoid. You think
Right.
everyone is an
So
enemy.
I'm going to move
Mm-hmm.
away from them. I'm going to move down to
You're gonna
more or
move
less
into the room.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm going to move into the room, away from these people that are behind me.
Okay.
And I'm going to go stand more or less where the rogue was.
Sure.
So kind of turn hard right and put myself in some cover. And now I'm
So
going
you,
to
you cut into the room. You
Yeah.
cut up north into the hallway that Letitia was hiding in before.
reload.
Reload
so
your gun.
second action reload.
One
I'm going to
action
roll
left.
a D4 to see who I shoot.
All right, throw it on the table.
Oh, wait. Somebody count them for me and then I'll roll
I
on the table.
I have the numbers assigned
Okay.
already. We're gonna go left to right from my perspective.
How'd you reload it?
Yes, I moved
damn.
into the room. I reloaded. So the third action is going to be to shoot.
I actually think that you should roll a d6 for me because Alistair is completely out of line of sight to you. So it should be 3 options.
4.
All right, that means Letitia
Fair
Perfect.
enough. Right in the back of the head.
That makes the most sense
Well,
too.
with this
Yeah.
+1 striking pistol.
So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Ooh, that's a hit.
All
It's
right.
not a crit, thankfully.
+1 striking.
So the +1 is only on attack.
Right.
Yep. All right.
So here's the rub.
Okay.
So I automatically get implement empowerment because I'm holding my lantern. So this is going to be 3 + 4 is 7.
Now it's not you haven't done the esoterica thing against.
Here's how the
Oh.
esoterica works, though, is that if you do it against one person and they're all of the same type, it rolls over, I think.
Oh, wow.
Because like if you hit a troll with it, like and say you fight 50 trolls in a row,
Yeah.
it stays until you do it again. So does this technically count?
I'm going to say different type, not an assassin.
Okay,
Very
okay.
similar.
Right,
given
right,
some
right, right.
backgrounds.
Yeah.
But had you done it to the other two, it would have worked. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Against the 2 assassins
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's what. So I hadn't done that. I'm just paranoid, so I'm just shooting. So this is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Ooh, 11 damage to you, Trent. How you feeling?
That hurts.
Just wait till.
And then I imagine
ball
after
of
that it wears
electricity
off.
blows
And
up.
you realize what you did.
Yeah. Got it.
sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Kill him. Her.
I think it's now this assassin's turn. This sort of boss character. She has Letitia right across the way from her. She's not loving this, so I think what she's going to do.
I swear to God, if you kill my character
with the same
with the
character.
same fucking model,
So here's what we're gonna do. That's right. I am using the pawn that killed Biff to represent this character. She's going to she's going to pick up a short sword off the table in her other hand, and she's going to cast a 2-action spell and disappear.
oh God damn it!
Barnabas, it's your turn.
So what do I got to do to hit her with that spell?
Well, it's
I wanna aim
it's
at
2
the-
more actions, right?
3.
It's 3 actions once you've done it.
You spend the 3 actions on your next turn to
Okay.
empower it a little further.
So you have to pick a square at random wherever you think she might be.
That square she was in.
Okay. Tracking her action economy.
Right.
Now, is it an attack roll?
Yes.
There's now a 50% miss chance on that. Now,
Okay.
the explosion will regardless hit whoever's there, including Letitia.
Okay.
Hey, it is what it is.
So roll the attack roll first.
15. That's going to miss.
That's going to miss. Okay, so you don't have to worry
Hatch.
about the... Oh, yeah, you got it. Use it. Yeah, what's your spell attack bonus?
I believe it's +6.
Yeah. Roll
Yeah.
high.
Do I get a reflex save against the explosion?
100%. You also have cover from the table.
Hell yeah.
Because I determined that they were cover, which is a +2 in reflex save.
22.
Okay, that would be a hit.
Okay. So then
Because I'm giving... Yeah, because, now you have to roll an 11 or higher
Yeah.
on a d20.
16.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jason. Roll full damage, and then it'll also explode additionally.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll that.
Just get that reflex all queued up.
Yeah, I want to pull it up just so I'm like not fucking it up.
How's a 27?
That's
That
probably
should
going to
do it.
succeed.
Probably crit succeed. No, not quite.
+2 from the table.
That's with a
oh,
plus 2.
nice.
What'd you roll?
27.
Not a crit success.
Yeah, close.
Son of a bitch.
So 8, 9.
Okay.
And then the ball of lightning will explode.
So 9 points of damage from the base hit, and then an explosion. Is there a reflex save, I'm guessing, on that explosion?
Oh, that's
yeah, the
what
basic reflex.
yeah, that's
save
what I
is
was
wrong.
rolling.
Yeah.
for-
Oh, for her, yeah.
Yeah.
Basic reflex.
Oh, her reflex is not amazing. She'll succeed, so she'll take half, because I'm guessing 23 is a success.
So, yeah, so 3 more additional damage.
Is that halved already?
Right.
So 3 damage to me as well.
Not bad. You're still alive, Trent?
I feel like all of my allies are attacking me. What the fuck is going on?
You are also dazzled for 1 round.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that's a crit. My bad.
Okay.
If a crit, it does double damage
Never
and dazzle
mind.
for 1 round. This is a pretty fucking
That's a lot going on in
Dope
that spell.
spell.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
All right, Alistair, it's
Yeah.
your turn.
Sounds like
paragraph.
fake. Yeah.
no,
for
there's
level
there's
2.
this spell from Secrets of Magic, and it...
Yeah.
I promise, dudes.
I didn't write
promise.
this myself.
All right, Alistair, what are you going to do? It's your turn. You
Um,
can do anything.
I could do anything. I could just leave. I'm like, this is not going to do this anymore. I'm going to go back and hang out with a fungus. I am going to, since she's got a very high will save, so that kind of, unless you get a really bad roll, I'm just not going to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I still have my mug of beer in my hand. It's empty. And I am going to say, this fucking bitch. And I'm going to telekinesis projectile the mug at her fucking head.
She did
Wow.
try to kill a lot of people today. Now,
Yeah.
is that a spell that you can amp as well? Or are you just going to normal
No,
telekinetic
it's a
projectile?
bard spell.
It's a
Oh.
normie spell.
It's a bard
Oh,
spell.
so
Still
you
a cult,
classed
though.
into bard.
It's,
That's dope as hell.
You hurl a louche unattended object that is within range that has a bulk of 1 or less at
Yep.
a target.
And this is something that you can heighten. So it's automatically heightened because it's a cantrip to level
Okay.
2.
Okay, so it's the damage increases by 1d6.
No, that doesn't happen until level 3, though.
Oh, it's telekinetic
Yeah, we're
only
at
at 2
level
levels?
2.
I'm
It's
just
every
gonna
other
use
2 levels
this
because
thing
per
for-
Oh, no,
spell
you're right,
levels that he
spells,
can
yeah,
cast.
rank.
Spells,
Yes,
right.
I'm
level,
so
yes,
confused.
spell level.
Right.
Right, so it's 1d6 still.
The-
Okay, so you're rolling to attack. Now, here's, you know it's square to attack because you've seen it happen, basically.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to see because they're invisible.
If you critically miss this and it gets thrown at my head and the entire team is just attacking me, I'm
no,
going to have
it's
some problems
It's a
here.
15 to hit.
Miss. It
Yeah.
shatters off the back wall. You have 1 action left. What do you want to do?
I'll just, I'm actually going to use a ability called Fade into Daydreams
Oh,
to become
shit.
concealed into my next turn.
Whoa.
That's super fucking cool.
Super cool.
Letitia, it's your turn.
I would like to hide,
Hide. Okay.
and I would like to
Okay.
twin faint.
Okay.
This is dazzling series of attacks with both weapons, using the first attack to throw your foe off guard against a second attack at a different angle. Make 1 strike with each of your 2 melee weapons, both
Mhm.
against the same target. The target is automatically flat-footed against the second attack,
Oh.
and apply your multiple attack penalty to the strikes normally.
Okay. Cool. So
even
you've hit well
if I
enough for the,
am not on the first one, I am guaranteed to be on the second one.
Well, and here's the thing. Even if you were successful in the first one, after that first attack, they become aware to you. So then the second one, they'd then be off foot. So you'll get flat-footed on both.
Nice.
All right.
That's cool.
There's some awesome rogue shit. Rogue.
Yeah.
All the classes in 2E are so
really
much
love
fucking fun.
Really cool.
All right.
That is a dirty 20
Okay,
On the first.
because of flat-footed, that hits.
Excellent.
And she's still
just
hidden.
kidding.
She's still invisible.
Yeah,
at
so
this
now
point.
it's a 50% hit miss chance against an invisible target, Trent. 11 or
Oh,
higher
yeah,
on a d20.
Shit. Nope, that's a miss.
Mm.
I would attack with the second
Do you
one
have
now.
any patches?
I don't.
I mean, if you want one of mine, is that, can you do that?
If you're willing to- if you're willing
I mean, we're gonna use it. Yeah,
sure.
All right, re-roll that d20 to hit.
Come on. Yes, that's a 16.
That's a hit. So,
we're going with.
you get your d4 plus sneak attack.
That is 6 plus 2 is 8.
Okay.
That's the first attack. And then
We're going a little long in this episode, but it's worth it for a boss fight.
that's an 18 on the second attack.
That's a miss.
Ah, damn.
Oh, no.
Damn, we have to roll 20s even at flat-footed.
Second attack's rough. All right,
Man.
that's your turn, Holman.
Holman draws a scroll and casts heal on my man here that I just shot in the back.
Yes, I appreciate that.
So that's going to be
1d8 plus 10.
14 points of
Damn.
healing.
Nice.
That brings me up to full.
2d8 plus 8, right? Or 1d8 plus 8.
plus
1d8
8.
plus
Okay,
8,
like
yeah.
the first one
That's
was...
too
No, I'll take it.
Okay.
Hands off the chess piece.
No, yes. 12 hit points.
Oh, that's...
It's still not that bad. I rolled a 4 and a
that's
2.
Still pretty good.
She is going to appear out of invisibility immediately next to Holman as she stabs out with a short sword from invisibility. So you'll be flat-footed to this attack.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a good roll. 26 to hit flat-footed.
Oh,
26 hit to
my.
flat-footed is a hit, but not a crit.
What's your AC normally?
19, so
God
17 flat-footed.
damn
Very
it.
close, one lower.
Oh, I
Amazing.
was so fucking
Oh,
close.
man.
Amazing.
All right, so that's going to be a d6 plus an extra d6 from sneak attack. That's going to be 14 points of damage.
I'll take it.
It's quite a bit.
Final action, going to follow up with an additional attack on that short sword. 18 to hit. You're not flat-footed, so that's a miss.
Nope, miss.
All right, Bartabas. I keep wanting to say Bartabug now that I've made that joke.
Bartabug.
That was what my mom called me when I was little.
Oh, Bartybug.
Bartabug. Bartabug. It's going to cast Magic Missile. 3 actions.
Amazing.
Oh, yes.
At Alistair.
Yeah, at Alistair.
What do we got?
Just, 3d4 plus 3 is really, it's the world's most boring yet
It's-
effective spell.
Wait, what did you
Yeah.
cast?
Magic Missile.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
classic for a reason.
Guaranteed hits.
And you know the deal. It comes with. I'm just kidding. You don't get a patch.
10.
How much damage is that, Jason?
10.
Holy shit!
10
All right.
points of automatic.
Force damage too, which is a real force to be reckoned with. All right, Alistair, it's your turn.
I'm gonna unleash my psyche.
Oh, okay.
So that is, I don't know what the symbol means.
But it's off the leash.
I believe it's instant.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
Is it like a
wrong.
hollow
It is
looking
instant.
symbol?
It's a hollow
That's
looking
free
symbol.
action.
Yeah,
Means
it's
you
a
can
free
do
action.
it completely for
So
free.
I'm trying to figure out how to activate it on Hero Lab, and I don't know how to do that.
And then just do head math real quick.
Anyway, so it gives me.
Yeah, just read it out loud. I'm curious. What does it do?
I'm trying to figure out. So I'm not going to read the whole thing,
Okay.
but it says your psyche remains unleashed for 2 rounds, or until you fall unconscious. Whatever
Sure.
comes first, you can voluntarily quell it. While your psyche is unleashed, the following effects occur.
Okay.
You're constantly surrounded by the visual manifestation of your psychic magic.
Oh shit.
When you cast a damaging spell, you gain a status bonus to its damage equal to double the spell's level.
In
This
this case,
applies
spell's
only
rank.
to spells that have a duration and that you can cast using psychic spell casting.
Okay.
You can use actions that have the psyche trait. After your unleashed psyche subsides, I get stupid for 1 round.
You read that whole thing.
It's rage.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
It's
it's
spell
different
rage,
than what
yeah.
it says here.
Yeah.
It says for 2 rounds, gain a +2 times your spell level status on. Yeah. So
Spell level 1. Spell
So-
rank 1.
So 2.
2.
That's cool though. So your damage over time will do 2 more each round.
click on it.
All right. So you unleash your
Okay.
psyche, and now what are you gonna do, Matt?
Um,
That psyche's so unleashed. Like there was a leash, but it's off the leash.
Ooh, let the psyche out.
Thank you. Now I should have thought ahead.
On
You
deck,
are a psychic.
Letitia.
I know. It's a psychic spell. Give me.
You're all good. All right, so Letitia's on deck. Holman's there. You're in this. You're underground. You can hear the runoff from the sleet pouring into that room behind you. You can feel the small, like just almost claustrophobic size of these underground tunnel rooms that they've made into some sort of holdout here. And you can smell, even as you're in this room now, a faint hint of vinegar.
And the crackle of electricity off of the wizard.
Yeah, it's that too. Just fucking badass.
I'm trying to figure out which one of these is actually psychic. It's not telling me much of anything.
New characters.
Yeah.
Here, it says psychic spells.
Oh,
Okay, so Phase Bolt is psychic.
Fuck yeah, it
Okay,
is.
so I'm going to do the Phase Bolt.
All right.
I'll go ahead and just use the thing so it speed up.
All right. Thank you, Hero Lab.
28.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that hits.
Okay.
Hero Lab rolls hard.
Yeah, apparently.
Then hit this button.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
8 damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
Did
Plus
I-
2, right?
That
Plus-
probably included it if it's
Oh,
on
probably
Hero Lab
included
Yeah,
it if you
it
checked it.
included it
Cool.
all.
Yeah, I mean, I checked the Psyche is Unleashed thing.
or whatever.
Um,
I really need to learn about psychics. I know Rory knows all about them because he's like, no, they're really cool. You should check them out.
They're
Like,
super, thematically, they're really cool. The
I don't get
mechanics
it.
is really cool.
so that's 2 actions.
Yep.
And I mean, I have the psychic ability. It doesn't say it. So this is 1 action, right? Then I'm going to fade back into my daydreams.
so this manifestation of your psychic
this
power
one's pretty
keeps
cool. It
surrounding
says
you.
your flights of imagination spill into the real world, causing you to become indistinct, hazy, and cloaked in figments.
Damn.
So basically, there's just like this swirl of magic around me, and you can't really see where I'm at.
Yeah,
There's some
it's
scary
awesome.
shit going on in
So
the
you're an
hallway.
X-Men. You're a straight up X-Men character.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool. All right, Letitia, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'm
This
going to
person's starting to
move.
look a little beat up.
I'm going to move so that I flank.
Oh,
No.
fuck yeah.
And
flank.
she is off.
10,
What
15,
is it now?
20.
Off kilter or something?
Off guard.
Off guard. And we're going to double slice.
Yeah, no reason not to. Both at your
Yeah.
full map.
Yeah.
It has no cover. Penalty to AC.
Right.
Finish this right here and now, Trent.
We can hope that happens. That is a 16.
That's a miss.
Yeah. And a 24.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
All right. Sneak attack damage. You got this.
That's 3.
Plus a d6.
9 damage.
Okay. They are probably maybe 1 hit. Maybe not. They're right on the edge of 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Holman, it's your turn. You're already
Shoot
flanking this
her.
person.
5-foot step
Shoot
away from her.
Yep, 5-foot step back down the hallway, creating some distance. in
Reload.
these Dank.
Let me just roll
Sewer
really, really high
tunnels.
and shoot her in the face.
I mean, you got a lot of patches around the table. Oh,
That
Ryan's
was
excited.
so close to a 20.
Oh, it was like a 19 and then an 8.
Yeah, it rolled right off of it.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Oh, that's pretty good.
high.
That's going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits. Roll that damage.
She dodges
All
it.
right, this is still a
Hits
striking
me.
weapon too. Oh, that stupid little thing is super cool.
10 damage.
She's dead. So you blow the round through.
Way to go, Boots.
Holman is a badass.
Oh, I
So-
like it.
Here's what I'm going to say. For the sake of expediency and the way that anyone who's ever ran a one-shot knows,
Right.
you're always at time at the end. So you pick through what's left here. You find
Of her brain.
the details. Jesus, Trent. you find
I just
the
put my hand
remnants.
in it and I just read her mind.
Yeah.
She's got emotional attachment to it, right?
This is some real Baldur's Gate stuff. If you ever play it, you'll be like, oh God, I accidentally made a Baldur's Gate character. You find a journal belonging to her, outlining a number of things. And as you read your way through this, what you find out, and you're able to piece together, is that the ghost knives see the peace kept between the guilds and the military as an opportunity for them. And so they hope that they can exploit what they see as a loophole and overthrow the guild and seize control of the city.
I think I deserve a patch.
You know what, Trenton? Take this one back.
Does anyone feel bad we read her journal after we killed her?
No,
What you see,
Absolutely not.
no. There's good and bad, and
Is that-
very clearly marked, and we have defeated her.
their plan was to slowly begin replacing different members of army officers with co-conspirators so that the ghost knives could stage a bloody coup.
Ooh.
Are there
However,
coups that aren't bloody?
at some point,
There are, actually.
Yes.
Retired Last Wall Knight Captain Bosk accidentally stumbled upon a ghost knife assassination occurring outside of the bounds of the Assassin Guild's rules. To save himself from the blade, he invoked one of the river freedoms and swore an oath to not tell anyone what he saw. As her journal continues to detail, however, Bosk did reveal the existence of the ghost knives in calling in help from his friend in the infantry and in attempting to hide Timmick. Piecing all of this together, they chose to act upon the River of Freedom's Oathbreaker's die and seek vengeance for him and anyone else who might know about it. So I have to imagine in sort of a credit way, you'd all come up from the sewers, you're able to share the information. You let Pimmick know and explain to her what's going on, share the journal, the diary. She's able to start, things are moving in that direction. You see papers being reviewed on a desk, the name Letitia in front of someone with a seal of the Daggermark Assassins Guild. We see the gnome then and Letitia heading north into the River Kingdoms, working on a sketch or an illustration of a man that looks familiar to our listeners, a champion by the name of Arthur, as they work their way north. Just kind of in a word or two, what do you think the epilogue is for the rest of your characters? There's obviously an opportunity for work with Letitia as bodyguards. Who goes with you? Who goes with Letitia? There's always room to add more into this retroactively in the future bit.
What do you think, Boots?
There's plenty of gold to be had, just so we're clear.
I've got nothing else to do.
Hey,
And
you
I
can
check,
come too, pretty
pat,
boy, if you want.
Yeah, pat my coat, and I reach for the silver coin.
I gotta
Let's loot this body.
loot this body.
And there'll be some stuff you get there too.
I'll say, I gotta think about it a little bit, but if I could speak to Holman real quick on the side, I'd get clear some things up between us.
Sure.
So let's cut to maybe sometime in the next day or two before Letitia leaves. There's an opportunity for the two of you to speak.
Okay. You want to try this? Make it up on the spot?
Do it. What do you have?
So I'm assuming we're alone at this point. And I'll just look at you and say, Sister, I've been looking for you for a very long time. I see you've done well for yourself. But ever since the day you left, the house was quite lonely being the only one there. They don't understand us very well. And I know I have made some mistakes in the past, and I do apologize for that. But I just want to make sure that you are okay with me tagging along for a little bit. Not for a long time, just to see what's going on. I'm kind of bored, you know? That was kind of fun. Fighting and stuff. I promise not to say anything about our past to your new friends. I know how they would look upon noble kin such as ourselves, adopted though we may be.
And she kind of drops the accent and kind of matches his, and she's like, nobody knows who I really am. I think the Nav has suspicions. And she pulls her goggles off, and you can see that she's got one green left eye, and you see it pan on her face, and then it matches Alistair's green left eye. And I'm not excited that you're here, but I'm not going to push you away as much as I did when we were little brother.
By 13 seconds, little brother.
It matters not.
Has Mom been calling?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been paying attention to the stars and finding my way, but you never can tell.
I just want you to know that as it gets stronger and I get stronger, I can help fight that call. I know I failed as a young kid many years ago, but I can help. I know you don't want to turn into what Mum is. And I don't want you to either, because personally, that's just foul, and I wouldn't want to hang around you all that much, and I kind of really like you, and if I would have to look at you every day and like that, I don't know, I probably would go do something else.
And Holman reaches in her her jacket, pulls out her pistol and cocks it. And she's like, "Stay out of my head. And don't pull any of your tricks unless I ask for them, little brother."
Understood.
And so I think we'll cut away from that and we'll go back to that shot of Letitia, the three of you, and the gnome, maybe on horseback at this point, starting to work your way north. And as you go out of the city of Daggermark, you start to pan out. You can see it cut back to like an Indiana Jones style map that just says the River Kingdoms. And that dotted red line heading north all the way up towards Brevoy. And right as it cuts away to the credits, I think the camera sort of stops for a second and sputters, flickers. And then all of a sudden you see it reestablish again on the outside of the mug and the rat. You see a wagon pull up, a hooded figure, small, maybe 3.5 feet tall, pop out of this carriage. Walk over to the mug and the rat. Kind of see the sun and the moon come up and down. You see workers coming and going. The smaller figure, the hooded figure, is sort of giving orders. The safes being removed from the wall. The files are being cleaned up, meticulously stored and put away. As people are walking around and moving, you see some folks in the street coming up and talking. And the small figure is able to sort of talk most of them off. Get most of them gone. Eventually, though, a small group of guards, infantry, Daggermark infantry, show up looking into what's left of this, whatever was being operated out of this inn. And it's right as the final bits are being loaded onto the back of that same carriage that was there a day or two before. You see the small figure hop up into the door of the carriage, sort of waving the guards off, or the infantry off, like, no, it's really nothing. And they sort of talking fine. And he just sort of hands them a piece of paper, like a small card, as the carriage is pulling away. And then the camera goes to over the shoulder of the infantry. And you just see like an arcane sigil, like what you'd need to in order to contact someone with a spell. And a name printed in clean handwriting that just says Mr. Vith as the carriage is rolling away.
I have no idea what that means.
Tune in at some future point to hopefully meet these characters again.
Amazing.
Oh, it was a blast.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.